Alright, hello and welcome to GTA 3, the Definitive Edition, the Let's Play, and today we're going to be doing episode number 10. And today we're going to do missions, more missions, to get us closer to going to Staten Island. Now in the last episode we did Vigilante for Portland, and that went, well, okay, I didn't really have fun doing that, so I sped it up. Either way, today we're going to do a mission from Tony, which is Blowfish, which is a type of fish, but also we're blowing up things, blowing up a fish factory. Weird leaves there. Blowfish.
Okay, I've had enough of this shit. We're gonna finish the Triads and Liberty once and for all. 8 Ball's rigged a dust cart with a bomb. It's on a timer, so if you mess up, there'll be no evidence. Go and pick up the dust cart. Careful. 8 Ball says it's real sensitive, and the slightest bump could set that thing off. Their fish factory will open its gates for a dust cart, so you can drive right in. Park up between the gas canisters and get the hell out of there. I want it to rain mackerel. We're talking real biblical here, nothing low budget.
Alright, and in the mission Blowfish, like Tony said, we are going to be using a dust cart, otherwise known as a trash master in-game, a garbage truck if you're American, or a bin lorry if you're in the UK, a refuse vehicle if you're very very fancy, I don't know. But it's the trash master we're going to be using, and it is on a timer, the bomb. Once we activate it anyway, we don't have a time limit. Well, we do, actually, sorry. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get to the fish factory in Callahan Point with this thing, this lumbering, slow trash master. And we can't damage it too much, otherwise it'll explode. But obviously, I do pass this the first time because it's relatively easy. Now, I am going to say this. In that 6 stars playthrough that Crazy for Games did, Blowfish was a very precarious mission, because damaging the Trashmaster will obviously lead to it blowing up. And obviously when you got 6 stars, not just tanks come after you, but also very fast barracks trucks. And tanks are probably almost as fast as this Trashmaster. Trucks definitely faster than this, so if they smashed into you too much, mission failed, it would blow up. Now we're not playing this with any wanted levels, so we're fine. I'm just saying that it was very difficult to do with 6 stars for him, and I imagine for anybody. So, pretty simple mission, pretty straightforward. We are close to going to Staten Island. We will be visiting it in the next episode, but before we get too deep into any missions over there, we are going to collect the final 2 hidden packages that we missed in Portland next episode as well. So if you're wondering where they are, you'll get to see where they are in that episode. It's going to be a little bit of a long one though, I think, that one. And hopefully the Share Factory clip limit doesn't bite us in the arse. Anyway, boom! There we go, the fish factory has been destroyed. Which is ironic, because in Liberty City Stories the Mafia own this factory, and we're using it as a drugs storage place. So the Triads actually blew it up in that specific game. In this one it's us blowing it up for the Mafia. Anyway, that's Blowfish. Next up we will be doing Cutting the Grass, I believe, by Salvatore Leone. At least I think so. Maybe we'll be doing Big and Veiny for El Burro. Big and Veiny. I wonder what that's in reference to. Yeah, Big and Veiny is also an interesting mission, particularly because of the reward that it gets you, and I'll try my very best to talk about it, even though it is a bit of a... I do struggle with talking about sexual related things in reality. In messages I'm perfectly fine, you know, because it doesn't matter, it's not me saying them, it's me indirectly. But in terms of saying it in person, yeah, a bit more difficult. I'm going to steal a taxi though, because we are doing cutting the grass then. Yeah, we are. So, the reason why I'm taking a taxi is because there is a method of doing cutting the grass which involves taking a taxi to pick up the person that we're going to be following. And I'm going to explain, hopefully, in good enough detail what happens in this mission if you choose not to go the route that I'm going. Also, there's a social club achievement for picking the guy up in a taxi in this mission. So I decided, you know what, I might as well show off this method because it didn't work out in my original 2019 playthrough, which you won't have seen most likely. Anyway, cutting the grass.
Leave us alone for a minute. The Colombian cartel is making spank somewhere in Liberty, but we don't know where. And they seem to know everything we're doing before we do. We got us a rat. There's a guy named Curly Bob, works the bar at Luigi's. He's been throwing more money around than he's earning. He ain't pimping or pushing, so he must be talking. He usually gets a taxi home after work, so follow him. And if he's ratting us out, kill him.
I thought we were playing a video game, not doing the lawn. Anyway, no, we're cutting the grass. Grass is in the snitch. So, you can steal a taxi, and you can pick up the character Curly Bob as he leaves the club in a taxi. And if you do that, he won't become suspicious. He'll just get in the car with you and you can drive him to Portland Harbour. If you don't get in a taxi, or he doesn't happen to get in your taxi, if you've got one, what would happen is you have to tail him, and you can't get too close, otherwise he will, well, he'll get spooked, and the mission will fail. However, in this case I do pick him up in the taxi. I got a bit closer to Luigi's door and I didn't move. I think it was me moving in the 2019 playthrough that triggered him to get in the other taxi, the one he scripted to go in otherwise. There he is, there's Curly Bob. Come on Curly, let's go to your destination, which is Portland Harbour. But you could, in theory, just go to Portland Harbour before he gets there. I don't think you fail the mission for getting too far away, at least in the original version. Yeah. So, let's talk about, well, so there's an achievement for doing this, it's called Fair Game. I think it'll pop up after we complete this mission, or something like that. And we're going to see an interesting cutscene where the plot will thicken. So things are getting a bit more in-depth, a bit more juicy now. Fair Game, there we go.
Here comes our little friend, Mr. Big Mouth himself.
Were you followed? You know what goes on here is our little secret, amigo.
No, I wasn't followed. You got my stuff?
Here's your spank, squealer. Now talk.
Okay, so the Leons are fighting wars on two fronts. They're in a turf war with the Triads, with no sign of either side giving up. Meanwhile, Joey Leone has stirred up some bad blood with the Forellis. Every day they're losing men and influence in the city. Salvatore's becoming dangerous and paranoid. He expects everybody and everything.
And with loyalty like yours, what has he possibly got to worry about?
So he's been selling us out to the cartel, has he? Well, not for long. And bye bye Curly. Bye bye. I'm gonna take his shotgun. So, that was cutting the grass. Very easy. And yeah, so the Colombian cartel, by the way, if you don't recognise them, the lady there, Catalina, she's from the opening of this game, and she was also in GTA San Andreas as a character in there, who you did missions for. One of, I suppose, CJ's love interest, but not really. Which is very weird. I don't know, it's kind of weird how that played out. You'll see that in the San Andreas playthrough when we get to it. It probably will be a long time before we visit it. The leaves on the texture, the leaf textures on the road, it's kind of a bit weird. Sometimes they're kind of oddly placed. So what are we doing next? We might be doing Big and Veiny. I think so. Which should be a straightforward mission. And I think it is. I think we do pretty good on this. Yeah, we're gonna do Big and Veiny. Right. Come on, Elborough. Let's go. Big and Veiny.
A thieving opportunist has stolen a van of my latest publication hot off the press. But that spanked up idiot has left the rear doors open, and now my beautifully produced, tastefully photographed adult literature is being dropped all over Liberty. Take the van and follow that trail of Donkey Does Dallas volumes 1, 2, and 3, collecting it as you go. When you follow the trail to that thieving spankhead, waste him. Then deliver my Donkey Derby to XXX Mags in the red light district.
Every single time I say Big and Veiny, take a drink. This is a mission where we have to get in this van and obviously pick up all the adult literature, which is actually donkey themed. Yes, it's animal porn, right? And after we complete this mission, by the way, we will get a little reward in the form of some magazines. Which are the same as the ones that we're picking up right now. And they will appear outside your Portland safe house. I'm not sure if they appear in any outside any other safe houses. I think it's just Portland. And we will probably maybe look at those in the future. You can't open the magazines, you can't read them, it's just they're there. There's kind of like a little trophy, like, ooh, we did Big and Veiny for Elborough. I do wish there was kind of more missions, more things like that in GTA games where we'd have a permanent reminder of a mission that we did. I think there are some examples, but I'm forgetting. This is just one of them. So the whole idea with this is you're supposed to pick up all these things. You don't have to pick all of them up, but I think you have to pick up a decent amount. And the guy is in Portland Harbour, by the way, who dropped all these. And every time you pick one of these up, it adds 1 second to the clock, which is important to keep your keep you from running out of time. Couldn't get that one. Otherwise, if you run out of time, you will fail the mission. And then we have to take this van, not the other one that I got in, to the magazine store. XXX Mags. An interesting detail, right? Something interesting about the magazines themselves. See, when I originally looked at the magazines themselves, I think I only found out that they were appearing outside your safe house later on after reading the wiki. And in the original version of the game, the textures on the magazines weren't very good, so I couldn't really make much out, other than the title and the fact there was a donkey on the front, donkey face. And then I sort of grew a bit older, and then I realised it looks a bit like a GIMP mask. So I then wondered, where have Rockstar found this? Did they do it in an art program? I'm guessing so. I'm just saying, it seems a bit weird. I mean, it looked like it had been taken from real life, but then, you know, they could have just made it in, I don't know, what's an art program that people would have used back then? I don't know. Could you do something like that in Photoshop? Maybe it's Photoshop or Adobe. I think there's an Adobe program for painting, isn't there? Art. I don't know, but it looks like a GIMP mask, okay? And don't try asking me why I said that, alright? I'm not interested in animals, but I obviously know what a GIMP mask is. It's nothing specifically to do with animals, it's to do with S&M, right? I'm just saying. it looked like it. But other than that, that's really the only thing. Also the title. The title of the thing, by the way, is a reference to the... Oh, by the way, he's Triple X Mags. Can't go in any buildings in this game, and these guys are perverts. They're holding the latest copy of Muffin the Mule. If you don't know, muff is a term, I feel disgusting even saying it, but muff is a term for the parts of a lady, you know, in the lower region. You know what I mean? Mr. Whoopi, and the mule is obviously, you know, a hybrid between a donkey and a horse, isn't it? I think so. And this is a Mr. Whoopi. Don't know if we've driven one yet. I think we had before, but we've got one again. Next up is Bomb the Base at 1, which isn't really a mission. It's like a cutscene. But anyway, let's begin. Come on, Salvatore.
We should take these Colombian bastards out, but while we're at war with the Triads, we ain't strong enough. The cartel has got bottomless funds from pushing that spank crap. If we make an open attack on them, they'll wipe the floor with us. They must be making spank on that big boat that Curly led you to. So we gotta use our heads. Or rather, one head. Your head. I'm asking you to destroy that spank factory as a personal favor to me, Salvatore Leone. If you do this for me, you will be a made man. Anything you want. Go and see 8-Ball. You'll need his expertise to blow up that boat.
Alright, this is, well, 8-Ball is going to ask us for $100,000. We've got over $500,000, so we should be alright. I'm not going to bother talking for that one clip, because the Share Factory clip limit might strike again. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay quiet for that segment, and then we'll talk when we get to Bomb the Base itself as a mission, which is an interesting one, to say the least. I had a little bit of trouble with this one this time around, but I did it in the end. Come on, 8-Ball, let's go and blow up this boat, and I'll talk a bit more once we start the mission. Come on, let's go.
Yo, my man. Salvatore phoned ahead, but a job like this is gonna need a lot of fireworks. I'll need $100,000 to cover expenses. But you know, with me, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Come back, brother, when you have the money. Okay, let's do this then. I can set this baby to detonate, but I still can't use a piece with these hands. Here, this rifle should help you pop some heads.
Alright, this is the real Bomb the Base Act 2. And here's the sniper rifle. I was interested to see what the scope looked like. Looks like that, like it did in the original. And we're going to use this tunnel here, which doesn't really have a name. Harbour Tunnel, Hobo Tunnel, some people call it, because there are homeless people here who all have Molotovs, by the way, for some reason. Apparently they're supposed to be the remnants of Darkel, who is the character who was removed from the game, who is still credited in the credits. Voiced by Bill Fiore, I think. He was supposed to give us missions like something very similar to I Stream, You Stream, but he was removed from the final game, and people claim that those guys in the tunnel there are remnants of his little gang, if he had one. So, Bomb the Base is could be a difficult mission. It involves using the sniper rifle to kill these guys, the Colombian cartel on the boat. Now, when 8-Ball says he will head in when you fire the first shot, he really does mean that. What that means is 8-Ball will start running, and 8-Ball is very weak. These guys will just tear him to shreds because he has no gun, he can't defend himself. I think maybe in this version they made him take cover a bit more, so it's easier, I think, but I did still mess up this first time because I must have missed a cartel member or somewhere, I don't know who. But let's, yeah, do as he says, get a good vantage point. As soon as you fire this bullet, 8-Ball will start running. There we go, he's going to start now. Kill this guy. Kill that one. Blow up the barrels. Did that kill him? I don't know. He's dead. I missed him. Hit him. Come on. He's dead. I guess it was one of these guys who killed him. And he's dead. Yeah, who killed him? I didn't see anyone, but okay. Restart from last checkpoint. This is the whole checkpoint system. And I restarted, and as I predicted in an earlier episode, it just starts you from the cutscene, and then you continue. I did mess up again here, by the way. I was trying to blow a hole in here so I could go get another vehicle, so we could go a different way, but then I forgot that 8-Ball doesn't know how to run. Sorry, 8-Ball, sorry. Right, let's try this again. I'm gonna go get the Banshee instead. We'll go a different route. We won't go through the tunnel because there's not really much point. I just thought I'd show you going through it. Oh really? There's a fence there? Well, I can't see it. That was weird. But here we go. Let's go and take the Banshee. Yeah, it could be a hard mission. I imagine it's easier on PC when you've got a mouse. But here I've just got the right analog stick and it's a bit finicky. Not really the game's fault, it's just, you know, my sensitivity might be too high or too low, I don't know. But I can make do with it. Yeah, I might just have shoddy aim as well. So, yeah, Muff and the Mule. There's a Mr. Wuffy. It's a reference to Muffin the Mule, which is I think it was a TV series for children in the 1950s or 60s. Either that or it was a radio program. It was either of those. But yeah, it was for kids and it's a reference to that. It had nothing to do with pornography, it was genuinely a kids show, it's just a reference to the name, that's all. Yeah, there are some interesting references in the GTA series though. I'm not going to pick up on all of them, I'm just going to say that, you know, there are a lot of references to various real life media like movies and TV shows, things from the time period and all that lot. Let's kill this guy. For some reason this guy decided to go behind the car where I couldn't hit him, so that was really annoying. Yeah, I can only barely see his head. I don't think he's going to be much of a problem though. Kill that guy. And that one. See, 8-Ball is kind of taking cover now. I don't know, this mission just seems a bit weird. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I know, police scanner lady, shooting is going on at Portland Harbour, whatever you said. Sometimes it's a bit hard to understand what she's saying. Come on 8-Ball, it's clear. Oh, let's get him. Aim for your hat. Nope. Boom. Right, 8-Ball's inside, I think. Oh, it's going. Come on, you tosspot. You can so easily get killed in this mission. Right, mission complete. Alright, the ship has been sunk, mission passed, $150,000, so we made 50 grand profit. And that's bombed the base, all done. Next episode, we are going to be going to Staten Island. We got a cartel cruiser at the moment left behind after the mission. So, we're pretty much where we should be in the playthrough, although I do apologise it's taken us so long to get away from Portland. But thankfully, Portland is now pretty much done. We've just got one more mission in the next episode set here, and then yeah, we're going to be moving on from there. We are going to be collecting the other 2 hidden packages that I missed, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, it's been nice doing this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you next time, where hopefully we'll have some more fun times in GTA 3, the Definitive Edition. See you all later. Just save the game first. That's important. Magazines there from Big and Veiny, by the way.